What's up, everybody? Cowhead45 back here again with another episode of True or False. Now, if you haven't watched the other episodes, it's basically the way it sounds. They're going to put something on the screen, and we have to determine whether that's a true or false statement. Some of them are pretty quirky, some of them are right out stupid, and some of them are actually stumped. They stumped me a couple times. I learned quite a bit from this game. But today it's different. I actually have a guest with me today, and he's my good friend Matt. He goes under the gamer tag Boss-rangermatt. Go ahead and say hi, Matt.
What's up?
This is his first time doing this with me, and I'm excited. We were actually going to try to do some Division gameplay, but unfortunately, he has to do a 4-hour upload or update, and so we decided we'll try this out and see how it works out. Now, last time we got to, I believe it was 80. Let's see, let's go here. Okay, we're on question 81. I don't know how many questions they have in here, so we're just going to keep going and see where we go. You ready, Matt?
Let's do it.
All right, the first question. Green eye color is the rarest color found around the world. Now, I actually know this because I answered it last time, but what is your thoughts on that?
True.
It's true. Now, why do you think that's true?
I can't remember exactly the meaning, but I remember hearing, and it just has to do with the pigment is formed or whatever, something like that.
All right. Well, you're actually right. It is true. I didn't think it was true. I thought eye color was actually fairly common because my eyes are green. And I was like, well, I don't see anything, rare about that. But yeah, that's true. So we'll go to the next one. Now, for you guys that are watching, Matt can't see any of this. It's on my computer. He's just connected to me. And so I'm reading him everything. So hopefully he'll understand what I'm reading him to make an estimated or educated guess. So, the next question...
He could feed me a line of crap and I wouldn't even know.
I really could, and we'll have to see how that goes. We might we might try to trick him. All right, the question is, a woman sued a hospital, claimed a CAT scan made her lose her psychic powers. Now, if you want my opinion on this... Yeah, exactly. My opinion on this, just by going with how psychics sometimes can be, they're pretty proud, and they think they got, I can't tell you if psychic is false or true. I'm not going to say that, but I'm saying a lot of these people that claim to be psychic, they're radical. I mean, they think that they can do this, and I really wouldn't be surprised if this is true just because of how they act. Some psychics or mediums or whatever you want to call them, how they act with that power. I can see them actually making this claim.
Oh, and you got to think of the mechanics of the deal too, because CAT scans, they basically put you into a machine, and it emits radio waves or however a CAT scan works. I'm not an expert, but
yeah, neither am I. But yeah, you're right.
I could see the logic behind it, and I could see I'll say true.
You want to say true? I think I'm going to go true too. Let's see. That's true. It is true. All right. And you know what? It's one of those things that either way you wouldn't be surprised. Like we just said, it's probably true. But if it wasn't, but due to the fact that it is correct, it's not like, oh my God, that's so amazing, that's true. It's one of those things you're like, I'm not really surprised. Okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
The next question. You ready?
Sure, why not?
Alaska had 2 Fridays in succession. The only place to have ever done so. So Alaska had 2 Fridays in succession. The only place to ever done so. So does that mean that it had 2 Fridays in a row? Like one after the other?
Kind of what it sounds like.
Well, I mean, I know that Alaska is like what what is it? They have like only so much daylight at certain parts of the year or whatever, like 2 or 3 hours of daylight or something. Right. But I don't see how that can change.
And then it goes the other way too, because then they have constant daylight for for quite a while and stuff like that. But I don't know. Days are determined by sunrises and sunsets. And it basically goes off of time and stuff like that too. So I don't see how you can essentially time travel through time
to make that a correct fact. I don't see how that would work.
Yeah.
So are you thinking false?
I'm going to say false.
Okay, I'm thinking false too. That's true. We're,
Really?
yeah. And there's other questions that I've done in the other two episodes that I put up with this where I thought, and I haven't done it, and I keep because I keep forgetting what it was. I'm like, I'm gonna have to Google that just to figure out the true definition behind it. Because some of these questions, I wish they would put, like, if you get it wrong, or how's it true, or when did it happen, like this, when did that take place, oh yeah, at one Friday in 1865 it was recorded that this happened. I wish it would give you more detail in the right answers, you know what I'm saying, that rather than just say yeah it's true or no it's wrong. Okay, I want to know, how that is. I want to know what makes that true, and some of them I wish I would have Googled, but I didn't do it. So
All right. So it says, I looked it up. Just about everyone knows that in 1867, I didn't, a man by the name of William H. Seward negotiated the Alaska Purchase from Russia. However, very few people have ever given much thought as to just how many things must take place when sovereignty of 663,000 square miles is transferred from a nation whose capital is in Eurasia to one on the other side of the Atlantic or Pacific. Hold on, it's not really explaining. It's just telling a backstory.
So I wonder if they're going off of two different calendars here. I wonder if they're going off of like the Russian calendar, or in their time frame as compared to the actual Alaskan like time zone, and they kind of overlapped each other.
Oh, it's because the international dateline changed.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yep.
And what did I say? Didn't I give you like an estimate, like in 1865, and it was actually in 1867 that took place? That's
yeah, no
crazy.
kidding. All right, so the international dateline had been placed on Alaska's easternmost border with Canada as the territory as part of Russia's sovereign land. Upon being transferred to the United States, the dateline was immediately moved to its present location in the middle of the Bering Strait. Therefore, residents of Alaska woke up on the morning of Friday, October 6, 1867, as Russians, and then the following morning as Americans, with the calendar reading Friday, October 18th, 1867.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And like I said in the other videos, you'll learn something in this whether you want to or not. Like in one of the descriptions I put in the video, it says, things you never wanted to learn. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, there's something weird that went through my headset.
Huh. I don't know.
What that. Huh? All right, let's go on to the next one. If you
Cool.
had no debts and $10 in your pocket, you have more wealth than 25% of Americans. Did you understand that?
I did, yes.
So zero debt, so I mean you owe nothing, and you had $10 in your pocket, you would be wealthier than 25% of Americans.
I call that true because, most Americans are in debt in some way, shape, or form, either car payments, mortgages, stuff like that. So if you have no debt and you have $10 in your pocket, I can see how that would be true.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if this is true either. So we're going to hit true and see what it says. That's true. Another one of those that you're not surprised. It's kind of scary and kind of shocking, but at the same time not surprising,
Right.
All right, next question. Oh, and it's a name that I'm probably going to destroy. Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin. Huh?
Yuri Gagarin.
Who is that?
He's a... Oh, crap. You had to ask me, didn't you?
Well, apparently you know more than I do. At least you can pronounce his name. But he said, I see no God up here when he entered space. Was he an astronaut? Like a Russian astronaut or something?
Yes.
Well, I guess it makes sense.
He was the first... Oh, duh. He was the first human to journey into outer space.
To actual outer space. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, we're working with a couple of freaking honor students here, aren't we? Go stuff with me.
Well, I remember hearing the name, and it's kind of funny because I'm quite the space buff. I you know.
Yeah, that's where you and I
But I
differ because
remember
I had no care for like when I was a kid. I didn't care about space at all.
Yeah.
But okay? So he said, "I see no God up here" when he entered space. Is that true or false?
Hmm.
I mean, I could definitely see somebody saying that, but I'm not sure if the first guy to enter outer space would say that to anybody. It sounds like a downer.
Um.
I wish I had a way to input like the Jeopardy music right here.
Right. Do 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 do
uh,
do do do.
Now I'm probably gonna get demonetized because I used a copyrighted piece of music. Luckily, it's the one you're singing it and not the actual music.
Right.
I think
I'm
it could
gonna
be
say
true.
true.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards
Yeah.
true. No, it's false. We got bamboozled, man. Oh, that it's pretty. I mean, that's a pretty good one. I mean, I could definitely see somebody doing that, but all
Oh,
right.
for sure.
Next question. When Michael Bay was a kid, he used to put firecrackers on his toy trains and film the results. We all know that Michael Bay is known for his over-the-top explosions in movies.
Yes.
But did that start when he was a kid with firecrackers and toy trains?
Um. Yeah. Why not? We'll
You
say
think
true.
it's
I'll say
true?
true anyways.
All right, we'll see what it says. Yep, that's true. I'm not really surprised. In all actuality, I'm like, you look at his films, you're like, this guy has definitely got a passion with fire and explosions. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much.
Next question. 4.8% of the average human body is made of aluminum. Four 4.8% of the average human body is made of aluminum. You're Googling it, aren't you? You are Googling it, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I'll even screenshot my freaking.
I don't think.
Where
I was
aluminum
so
is a
bad
mineral,
at biology.
I could see how that would, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
4.8%
say
is
true.
not much, but I mean that's quite a bit for the human body, and we're what 67% water, so the remainder is the rest of it. 4.8
Yeah, no
could take
kidding,
a big
right?
chunk of that. So you're saying true?
Yeah, let's say true.
See, I'm saying false, but I'm going to go ahead and put true and see what happens. I'm leaning towards false. That was false.
Oh well.
I was like, aluminum. I know like zinc and that kind of stuff is in there, but I didn't know about like aluminum. Oh well. All right, next question. They're on question 88 now. The man who created the modern American flag did so for a high school project and received a B- for it.
The modern American flag?
That's what it says. Everything about this is to me crying false because, well, wasn't it Martha Washington that actually created the very first flag with the 13 colonies on it?
Well, the 13 colonies, yeah.
But I can't remember who actually modernized it. And what was it, 1940 something is when we actually got what Alaska was Alaska or Hawaii our last state that we took? It was Hawaii, right? Yeah, because we got the other one back in the 1800s. So Hawaii was our last one we got like in 1940 something, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, that would be considered the modern day flag.
It's possible. What did it say a year?
No, it doesn't say a year. It just says the man who created the modern. It says man who created the modern American flag did so for a high school project and received a B- for it. I feel like a worthless patriot because I don't know if this is true or false or not.
No kidding, right?
I'm actually leaning towards false. I really don't think that. I just don't. I don't believe that. I mean, I can see where it would be true, but I just don't believe it is. What do you think?
I'm gonna say true, just because.
You're gonna see true. Okay, so we went with true last time. Let's go with false. Oh, it's true. It is. You were right. Wow. I had no idea about that. Like I'm genuinely surprised on that one.
Yeah.
And especially since he got a B minus on it, and now it's the symbol of the entire country.
Right.
It just goes to show that sometimes you don't have to get all A's to be successful.
Exactly.
All right. Next question. Question 89. The Assassin Order in the Assassin's Creed video game series was based on a real order of assassins. Have you even played the Assassin's Creed series at all?
Yeah, I haven't played the whole series, but I played the first one, obviously, when it first came out, and then I'm playing Black Flag.
That's probably my favorite one. I've played all of them except for Syndicate. And so, I mean, I love the video games, but I don't believe that it was actually... I mean, I think they were based in actual time of history, but I don't think they were actually an order. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, unless it was loosely based on something that was there, but I don't think there was actually a bunch of guys running up and down buildings taking out Templars.
I don't, and it says base, so I don't necessarily think that it would have to be, people crawling up buildings and that kind of stuff. There can still be.
Well, yeah, based on a real order. I mean, they really have a
assassinry,
whole lot of ideas they could do. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna say true on it.
You're gonna say true? All right, let's go true. Yeah, that's true. Now I'm really curious to actually see how much they changed it. So I'm really curious to see what it is they based it off of, to see exactly what they changed and how dramatically. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be really awesome if we found out that there actually was, some people out there with wrist knives out there, stabbing the back of Templars and guards and stuff. That'd be kind of cool, but I just wonder how loosely based it was on the actual events.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, next question. Question 90. The Queen herself doesn't need a passport since all British passports are issued in her name. Right? I don't know about that. I mean, she would still have to. I mean, she is the monarch. She is the queen of England, but she still has to have documentation, right?
You're the queen. You can do whatever you want. I don't know.
I guess if it's that's the order, but I mean they still have laws in place and stuff like that. That I don't know. Are you thinking true or false? Because I'm
gonna say false on this one.
Yeah, because honestly, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I have no clue. So you're gonna go false. Either. So let's go false. It's true. So, but okay. That's only inside the country, but she can't leave the country. I don't know.
But it's a passport you can travel all throughout the world with.
I'd have to go back because I'm trying to figure out how exactly the question was worded. Oh well. We'll go on the next one. There has never been a single recorded event where an ostrich has buried its head in the ground when threatened. Now, I'm guessing they're going off because every time you see one of the old-fashioned cartoons, whenever it gets scared, it puts its head in the ground, and they're saying that it's never been recorded. I personally have never really seen a whole lot of ostriches, so I can't say by experience if that's true or false. I mean, they're one of the fastest land birds in the world. They're the largest land bird, and they're one of the fastest non-flight birds, I guess you could say. I don't see why they would stand around and put their head in the ground when they could easily outrun most anything.
Right.
I think that was just some kind of a old wives' tale or something that they kind of got through cartoons back in the day or something. So what are you thinking, false or true? I'll let you decide.
Let's say true.
True. Okay. That's true. It is actually true. I guess you'd have to see them in their actual environment. I don't know what it would take for them to do it, but I really didn't know they were around a whole lot of sandy areas either, to be honest with you. Oh, well, they say it's true. I can't argue with it because I can't deny it, and I can't prove them wrong. So we go on to the next question. Pardon me. All right. California is clearly visible from Russia.
What?
That is true or false, Matt? California is clearly visible from Russia.
False.
It's true? How is California clearly visible from Russia?
What?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It says false. Aha, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, unless the world's actually flat like they thought back in...
I just had to screw with you. All right. On to the next one. Bicycles have no speed limit in the UK, but you can get charged with cycling furiously. Well, I mean, I'm not familiar with the road laws in the UK, and I know there's quite a few cyclists, but I don't know what do they determine as cycling furiously? Like, I mean, is there like, how we have like excessive speeding here? I wonder if there's like excessive cycling over there.
but for it to be excessive cycling, though, there has to be a speed limit.
It's true. There has to be something they excel over. That's right. So cycling furiously. I wonder if cycling furiously is just like a common term for, being unsafe, or, like if you're weaving in and out of traffic, or if, you're creating some kind of a danger for yourself or other cyclists or motorists, they can get you for cycling furiously.
No, I say true.
You say true?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'm really curious as how they define that. Like, if you're a cop, how would you determine a furious cycler? And I'm kind of thinking it's kind of like a loose term just for unsafety. You can get furious bike riding for riding too fast, weaving in and out of traffic, causing dangerous, situations for yourself or others. That's how I figure it kind of works. All right, next question. There is a rare sleeping disorder that causes people to sleep for weeks at a time, waking only to eat. You can't go weeks without eating. Can
right.
you? I know you can't. You can go longer without food than you can water, but I don't think you can go without eating for weeks.
I guess a lot of it depends on how big you are.
Well, and when you're sleeping, your metabolism dramatically falls, too.
Right.
So, I mean,
I'd say true.
You're going to say true?
Yeah, why not?
All right. That's true. I wonder what the disorder's called. I wonder how many people are actually affected by it. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Question 95. Aerosmith made more money on Guitar Hero than any albums. Now, Matt can contest that we used to play the crap out of Guitar Hero back in the day when it first came out. And
Rock Band.
No, we played Guitar Hero 2 in the beginning.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we did. Okay.
And then we went to Rock Band. But we played the crap out of both, technically. But I believe Rock Band is better as far as that goes. But yeah, we played the crap out of Guitar Hero when it first came out. But I don't know. I mean, Aerosmith has been around for a long, long time in comparison to Guitar Hero. And if I remember right, now I'm trying to figure out, did they get royalties? I'm sure they got royalties off the sales of the game because they used their copyrighted music.
Oh, I'm sure.
But they're saying that any other album. So they're not saying together. They're just saying none of their albums ever made as much money as they did off of Guitar Hero. Oh, yeah.
I could see it because there's probably more royalties to be had, with essentially putting your whole name and having a bunch of songs and stuff like that on an album or on.
And considering
Guitar
you're
Hero.
only, I think, in Aerosmith, I can't remember exactly, but I don't think there was like a whole album's worth of Aerosmith songs in the whole playlist for Guitar Hero. There's like 1 or 2 songs at best.
Right.
So you're leaning towards true, because I think I am too.
Yeah, I'd say true.
Hey, we were right. It was true.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, next question. The legend of Hercules was invented by the ancient Sumerians. Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows who Hercules was. He was the son of Zeus. Zeus was the god of lightning.
Yeah.
And he refused to do something, so his dad sent him down to live among the mortals, wasn't it?
I think so. Something like that.
Like I said, couple honor students here, folks. We know everything.
I'm gonna say true.
You're gonna say true? Now, before we decide, wasn't the ancient Sumerians like the oldest known race or something like that? Am I right on that? Do you even know?
I believe so.
So you're saying true?
Yeah.
Alright. That's false.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's in Greek mythology, so would the Romans or whatever have made that up? I don't know. I don't know how old that particular religious type mythology is. So we're going to go on to the next question, question 97. Okay, let me see if I'm reading this right, because it doesn't sound right when I'm... There is the only prison in medical history to have been classified as a dwarf and a giant during his lifetime. So there's only one person in medical history to have been classified as a dwarf and a giant during his lifetime. I don't know how that works. Because, I mean, technically, a dwarf is basically just... You're so far underneath the average height, and giant, you're taller than so much to be labeled as a giant. You have to be so far above the average height, correct?
Correct.
So how can somebody be, I mean, could they have been born premature and considered,
or maybe...
But I don't think
my theory of the deal, and I'm going to end up saying true over this, but I'm going to kind of explain it here. If you're born a dwarf, and then you have some sort of medical condition, that accelerates your growth plates or something like that, I can see how it'd be possible.
But yeah, because there's that, like, Andre the Giant was one that was affected by, they called it giantism, but it was actually a tumor on a thyroid in the neck that produced the growth hormone, and it was rapidly throwing it in, so it never stopped. So that's why he grew so fast and grew so tall, and that's why a lot of them have health problems, because they grow so fast that a lot of their joints and stuff can't catch up. Their bone structure doesn't catch up to the rapid growth. And so I can see what you're saying. They're technically born a dwarf, but they have that particular problem that causes them to grow rapidly, and so then they're considered a giant. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So you're saying true.
I'm saying true.
I'm going to be really disappointed if this is false, because we just came up with a very valid reason why it could be true.
Right?
Well, it is true. It is true. See, now this is where I wish they would have like a little tidbit over here that would, on the screen somewhere that would say, yes, this is true. In such and such a time, such and such a person, and this is why, Rather than just saying, yeah, that's true, I'd like to get a little information about why that's true. All right, let's go on to the next question.
I'm actually looking it up right now. Hold on.
Are you?
Yes.
Yes, what?
His name is Adam Rainier. Um,
When did this take place? Does it say?
he was born in Austria in 1899. In 1920, he was 21 years old. He stood only 3 feet 10.5 inches tall.
Oh, wow.
Um, Sometime in his early 20s, Rainier experienced an inexplicable and astonishing growth spurt, and by his 32nd birthday, his unusual short stature of under 4 feet had increased to an unusual tall stature of 7 feet 2 inches.
Wow. That's an incredible amount in such a short amount of time. I mean, in what? Probably less than 10 years? He grew, what, over, well, probably, what, 3 foot something?
Yeah, and it says right here. So it seemed that the secretion from the poor chap's pituitary gland,
That
the
was
gland
it.
responsible for the body's growth hormones, went from a trickle to a flood shortly after his 21st birthday. So yeah, it was a medical condition.
It's almost like that thyroid
That
or whatever like lay dormant for so long and then like it backed up and it's like, oh, we gotta let this go and like let everything go at one time.
it was a tumor. The
Oh, so it was a
surgeon
tumor.
found and excised. I have no idea what that even says. A benign tumor that had been pressing upon the pituitary.
I'll be darned. That's incredible.
Yep, absolutely.
So now we know why that statement was true. So technically, there has been somebody that's been labeled a dwarf and a giant in their lifetime. Does it say when that was? Did you read that, or did I miss it?
He was born in 1899,
Oh, that was a long time ago. Okay.
and it happened just after his 21st birthday, which was
So in the
1920.
yeah, so say so in the early 1900s.
Yeah,
Huh. I'll be darned because I know Robert Wadlow, the tallest man in history, was around that time frame, wasn't he?
I think so.
The one that was known for the tallest. Yeah. Crazy. All right. See, you learn something every day, folks. So you ready for the next question, Matt?
Yeah.
Now, this one I don't think is going to be too hard. Because I don't think anybody that's lived in a cold area has had their mother put stocking caps on them when it was snowing outside when you go out to snow. But it says body heat dissipates mainly through the head.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, I can remember very much as a kid that was like every winter when the first snow would hit and I want to get out there to snow, my mom would put the big old stocking cap on me and that's what she'd say, because your body heat leaves through your head, you got to stay warm. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I absolutely believe that.
That's false!
What?
Yeah, it's false!
No way.
Yeah!
No way.
Our moms were wrong, dude!
Well, I know just from myself, I have a lot of body heat that comes out of my head. It's so bad I can hardly ever wear a hat.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
seriously.
I'm the same way. I mean, when it's hot outside, I can't hardly wear a hat because I just get overheated. But, see, now another, like we just did, it'd be kind of funny to figure out, like, it'd be kind of nice if they put on there, no, the body heat radiates more, blah, blah, this, whatever, and put the true fact up here so you knew the difference.
Exactly.
But, yeah, that surprises me completely. I thought there was no way we got that wrong. Not at all. I'll be darned. All right, we're on question 99, and it doesn't tell you in this game how many questions there is, but something tells me that 100 is probably going to be the end of it, but we'll find out. So the question is, U.S. and U.K. overthrew first Iranian democratic government. Oh, no. How does that work out? U.S. and this is how it says. U.S. and U.K. overthrow first Iranian democratic government. You're really breathing hard there, Matt.
I'm thinking.
Ah. First of
Interesting.
all, the question, doesn't even seem like a question. Two, it doesn't even seem to make sense.
Yeah, no kidding.
U.S. and UK. Now, does it mean overthrew? Because it says overthrow, not overthrew. So U.S. and UK overthrew first Iranian democratic government. I don't know. Am I thinking too hard on this? And I'm like, people are looking at me now, going, "You're a freaking idiot."
Well, they really can't look at you, but yeah.
That's why I haven't put a camera on here yet. I don't want them to look at the face behind the stupidness.
I could go further. I'm not going to.
I know you can.
Why don't we just read it as that? Let's
So the
it's
U.S.
the only way that it makes sense to me.
The U.S. and UK overthrew first Iranian democratic government.
Yeah.
So if that's the way it's supposed to be said, is that a true or false statement?
I'm gonna say false.
Okay. That's true.
Huh.
I know. Believe me, that's not the first one I've gotten like that in this game. Some of them are really weird. All right, so we're on question 100. The Hill of Tara in Ireland contained the Ark of the Covenant, and the Irish were part of the lost tribe of Israel.
You're really talking myth that now. It's.
Yeah, it really is, but it's more or less it's actual myth, but it's talking about things that I don't know if Ireland, nor if how is the hill in Ireland containing the Ark of the Covenant, and the Irish were part of the lost tribe of Israel? It seems like a long jaunt for them to go.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because Ireland is an island.
I'm gonna say false.
All right. That's false. That one didn't seem like it was giving us too much to lean towards true either.
Exactly. And it's kind of hard to believe that. I don't know.
I really don't know much about any of that actually, but I'm just looking at it from a geographical standpoint, and that seems, to me just to be too far out.
Right. Exactly.
Well, it looks like we're on to question 101, so it goes further. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do, how about we'll go to 110 if there's that many, and we'll stop there. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So next question. The word bookkeeper is the only unhyphenated English word with 3 consecutive double letters. I guess I never really looked at it. It's right. B, 2 O, 2 K, 2 E's, right in succession.
It would be, yeah.
I don't know of any other. I think this is probably one of those words that it could be true, just because I don't think there's any other ones that are like it that could work.
Yeah, I'd say true.
Say true?
Yeah.
That's true. Next question. People thought the world was flat before Columbus.
I just talked about this earlier.
Well, no, it's the idiocy of the thing is because Columbus is the one that proved people the world was round.
Exactly.
So therefore, people thought that the world was flat before Columbus. He's not the one that convinced them. They were already convinced. Exactly. He's the one that convinced them differently. So I'm going to lean to true.
Yeah, because Columbus said that
it's false.
Was round. What?
Oh, before Columbus. So like before Columbus was born? Is that where they're going with there?
I don't know. That's kind of one of those trick worded kind of questions. Honestly.
Yeah, I think that's where it goes because I remember the story about Columbus. What was it? He was eating an orange or something like that and saw the moth, landed on his orange and walked on the other side of it, and that's where he realized how ships, when they went to the horizon, they kind of fell off the edge of the earth, and that's where he thought he came up with the world was round thing.
Right.
And then I thought that was because everybody thought the world was flat at the time. I wonder what the people thought the world was if it wasn't flat or round.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, next question. The first constitution in Europe was the Ukrainian constitution. I have no idea on this.
I have no clue either.
I mean, I I don't remember anything like this in history at all as far as remembering what I learned in history. Of course, I don't think this is like one of those things that they like drilled into your head either.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, I really don't know either way if true or false.
I guess just pick an answer. Let's see what
Pick an answer. Okay, we'll pick true, and we got it right. I'm just joking. We got it wrong.
Huh.
So it was false. But like I couldn't tell either way where it was going to be. I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Okay. This one's going to be a difficult one for me because it's got weird names in it. So it says... Shut up. Eritrea, it's Eritrea. So it's a location. It says Eritrea, not North Korea, scores as the country with the least media freedom in the world. I don't even know where this other place is at. I never even heard of it. But it's saying that it has the least media freedom in the world, not North Korea. Well, considering I never heard of it, I mean, that could give you one clue.
Exactly. Because you'd think if it was rich in media coverage, you'd hear more about it. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't even know where it's located. I'm gonna go true. And
I'm gonna
true.
say false.
That's true.
It is true?
Yeah, it's true.
Huh.
I'm more curious to figure out where it's located. I mean, if you look at it from the standpoint that there's a lot of countries out there that don't have access to media, it's not because they don't have a freedom for it, but this one's saying it has less media freedom. So so basically that's telling me that they have access to it, but they're not allowed to use it.
What was the how do you spell the name?
It was Eritre, I think.
ERI.
TRE, I think. I remember. Yeah, something like that. Are you looking it up, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
That's just gotta be one we have to look up. I mean, how can you not? Are you fighting anything?
Yeah, I am, but I'm not.
Well, we'll move on to the next question while you're looking.
All right.
So just keep that question in mind. Oh, pardon me. So, okay, Matt. Sweden pays high school students $187 per month to attend school. That's definitely one incentive to keep kids in school.
Yeah, no kidding. I guess maybe if you're looking for a like an incentive.
Or maybe it's because, I mean, I can see other reasons for it too. Maybe they do a give back to the students for, books and supplies and stuff like that, or.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't say for sure if this is a true or false statement. I mean, I think it'd be pretty freaking awesome, but I can't say that it's for sure true.
Yeah, I'd say true.
You say true? Yeah, it's true. And I wonder, I'm just curious if it's like, so are these kids just getting $187 a month, or if there's, are they limited to what they could do with that money, or is it actually cash they're given, or are they given $180 worth of something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll move on. We only got 4 questions left. Bots have outnumbered humans on the internet. Now, this seems like a
Yeah,
good question for you.
I kind of think it's true because it seems like the more and more you get on the internet, and you try, I'm just gonna say dating sites for example.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
always seems like there's a ton of bots out there, not very many
Well,
real actual people.
well, not just that, but it seems like every time that I sign up for or something on the internet, I've always got to confirm that I'm not a bot.
Exactly.
I remember it. Now, at the same time, I don't remember it being like that. I remember there being some things, like on certain things you'd have to do that on, but not all. And it seems like lately, and I'm not going to say the last couple of weeks, but the last couple of years, whatever, that it seems like every time that you sign up for something or any time that you have to put yourself down into something, it's always asking you if you're a bot or not. And you got to see, they'll say pick the 3 pictures with the outside of a house or something like that, and that's
Right.
how they determine whether you're not a bot or not. So you're saying true on this?
Yeah, I'm saying true.
All right. It's true, and I'm not a bit surprised. I'm not a tiny bit surprised on that answer either.
Well, it's just like with concert tickets and stuff like that for events and whatnot. There's actually programs out there that will go out and purchase tickets. Bots will basically go purchase tickets, so like your Ticketmaster and all that stuff can go and sell the actual tickets for the places and stuff. It's actually something I heard. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Let's move on. Did you find anything else out on that country?
No, I couldn't find anything as far as media or whatever.
But did you actually find it?
I believe so. It was Eritrea.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's by Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
It's a country in the Horn of Africa.
Oh. All right, next question. There is a mountain in Australia named Mount Disappointment. Now, I'm going to, and this is actually funny they bring up Australia because there was actually, I don't know if it was in the last video or the first one, there was actually a question that there was a like Peppa Pig, I guess, is a cartoon character for kids, popular.
Yes.
That Australia actually wouldn't let a cartoon be released in Australia because Peppa Pig was actually as friendly to a spider, and it was saying that they didn't want to have kids getting friendly with spiders in Australia, and it was true. They outlawed the cartoon because it was teaching kids to be not afraid of spiders.
Aw, nice spider.
And then I thought about it, I was like, well, everything in Australia tries to kill you.
Right.
So, is there a mountain in Australia named Mount Disappointment?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? That's true. I mean, they got an Intercourse, Pennsylvania. They might as well have a Mount Disappointment in Australia.
And there's Opportunity, Montana.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crazy places. I just don't know if I would name. I just wonder why they came up with that name as Mount Disappointment. Was it like an old volcano or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I went through Opportunity, Montana, and I missed it.
You missed your opportunity, huh?
Yep.
All right, next question. Pineapples were a status symbol in 18th century England. You could rent one for the evening to take to a party.
A pineapple.
So 18th century, that would have been in the 1700s.
Which I guess I can kind of see because pineapples
I mean, they weren't exactly a big export.
Right. Well, they have to be grown in a warm climate, and
Mm-hmm.
the majority of the year, England isn't the warmest climate. I don't, you know.
All right, so I
So
mean,
I can kind of see it, and the same can be said for other fruits and stuff like that weren't
well, I
grown.
understand where you're coming from, but let me come at you from a different angle. So I totally agree with what you're saying, but was the pineapple a status symbol, and that you could rent one to take to a party? Do you think it went that far? I mean, I can understand people going, making it
I
kind
can
of
understand the ideology behind it. Yes.
yeah, but rent one? I mean, people weren't even eating these things. They were like, hey, give me $10 and you can take this to your party and show it off, and then but bring it back tomorrow morning. I mean, I don't know. It seems to be a legitimate, but a little too far fetched for me. But at the same time, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's true.
I'm gonna say it's true.
You think it's true? Yeah, it's true. That is true. That is surprising. That's ugh.
Yeah, I can definitely understand the ideology behind it.
If you look back at that time era, I mean, it doesn't surprise me one bit. I mean, I was kind of funny. I'm thinking in my head, like, you look at, like, the architecture and the sophistication of some of the higher up socialites and everything, and then you got people that are paying money to rent a pineapple, and that is giving them a higher point of status in the society because they have this pineapple, and they're not even eating it. They're just showing it off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. All right. Next question. We're on question 109. U.S. eggs would be illegal in a British supermarket because they are washed. British eggs are illegal in U.S. markets because they are unwashed. Now,
Who?
I don't understand why. Now, I'm trying to figure out because this is talking about legalities. This is talking about illegal and legal. But I'm trying to figure out. I can understand why U.S. eggs wouldn't be, or British eggs would be illegal in U.S. because they're unwashed. But I don't understand why U.S. eggs would be illegal in Britain because they're washed.
I don't know, and that might go back to, something like a belief that the country of England, believes in. It's
or maybe tradition or something like that. It's kind of kind of building over tradition and stuff like that.
Well,
I can honestly say I believe that British
very
supermarkets.
Traditional.
Well, yeah, and I believe. I mean, I've seen a lot. I can't say a lot of stuff on TV, but when I've seen cooking shows that are located in Britain and their things, they seem to have a lot more fresh foods available to them. A lot of their stuff doesn't seem like they have more farmers markets than they have supermarkets, I believe. And I might be totally wrong, and I'm just seeing what I'm seeing from, my television. Have never been there. I can't say that, but I can see where this could be a thing too. But I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering why. I think it has to go. I think it's something more than just the fact of an unwashed and washed egg. I think there's something else there. I think it's, if you understand what I'm saying, I think there's more to it with the legalities than just the fact of it being unwashed and washed.
Right. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna say false. 'Cause it's just, I don't know.
You think it's just too out there?
I think it's too out there. Because I can see the one part of it. Because of course, unwashed eggs, can create health risks and stuff like that. And as far as health standards in the United States as compared to England, they're totally different.
Oh, are they really? I really don't know. I couldn't say, so I don't know.
I just can't see it. I'm gonna say false.
All right, so we'll put false. It's true. Believe it or not, it's true.
Interesting.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said, I think it might be going somewhere further than just look past the washed and unwashed eggs. They're saying they're illegal, vice versa. But I think it's something more than the egg itself. I think there's something behind that to make it illegal, not just the fact of it being an unwashed egg or a washed
Right. It's
egg.
probably some traditional belief or something of that
Something.
nature.
All right. So one more question. Rembrandt's students pranked him by painting fake coins on the floor to watch him try to pick them up.
I have no idea.
Do you know who Rembrandt is?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I couldn't say if his students pranked him that way. I think if he was as good of a painter, I think he would be able to tell. If he's that good of a teacher that he can get pranked by his students and think that there's an actual coin on the floor, that's pretty good. That's damn good.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you saying false or true?
I'm gonna say false.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards false too. It's true.
Huh.
That's true.
Well, I kind of wonder if there was something maybe wrong with Rembrandt's sight, or
Well, also, it didn't say in what part of his life these students did that. So
let's see.
Still, that's pretty good. Are you looking something up?
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see if they have anything on this. Well, while you're looking up, let's go ahead and do one more.
Okay.
Next question. Famous physicist Richard Feynman's second wife divorced him because he would do calculus while laying in bed at night.
All right, read that again.
Famous physicist Richard Feynman's second wife divorced him because he would do calculus while lying in bed at night. I don't know the guy. It says he's a famous physicist, but I don't know anything about him.
Huh.
Yeah, it says that his second wife divorced him because he would do calculus while lying in bed at night. I can't do calculus if I had somebody doing calculus for me, but he's doing it at night, I guess, to relax.
Yeah,
I mean, I can understand, because I've seen physicists are pretty true to their art, their craft, to their experiments, to their beliefs, and they never really seem to stop thinking or strategizing or calculating. So I could see this being a very true statement, just because it seems like their brains are never shut off, truly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I can lay it true. So I'm gonna go towards true.
Yeah, let's go true.
Gonna go true. Dun, 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 dun. It's true. True.
Nice.
That is credible. I wonder if his first wife divorced him for the same reason. Well, it says his second wife, so I don't know why his first wife divorced him, but... I just don't know what time era he lived in, because depending on a certain time frame he lived in, divorce was kind of taboo. So I wonder how his wife went about that. Like my husband does math in bed. I got to get rid of him. Well, did you figure anything out on were you looking at the Rembrandt thing?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I'm really curious as how these people get their, how they fact check this stuff. If it was from, because they got a lot of doozies. I mean, some stuff that I'm like, where would you find this? You still finding nothing?
Like I said, I'm finding mention of it, but it's not really explaining anything.
It's not giving you like factual like times and stuff like that.
Right, right.
Well, maybe if you dig a little deeper, you'll probably find it. But I don't know. We'll continue to look, and in the next video, I will let you know the outcome of that. So if you watch this video, pay attention to the next video, and we'll figure out exactly on the Rembrandt. We'll try to get some more information on that, and I'll let you more about it. But I think we're going to call it done this time, Matt. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.
Yeah, and stay tuned, guys, because Matt and I are going to try to get together on some Division. They came out with a new update, and we put a lot of time in the game when it first came out. I looked on my Steam account, and it showed I had like 156 hours into the game. Do you even know how long? You've got to be right around there.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close. Let me pull it up real fast.
But yeah, we put a lot of time in there. Him and I have, since when it first came out, we got the game, and it was just me and him, and we level capped our character, and they got another one almost to level cap. We were kind of helping out another buddy that came in and wanted some help. We did that, but the game kind of got repetitious and boring, and we stepped away from it. And he just informed me last week that they came out with a big update, so we figured we'd give that another shot. And which is great because I was hoping to get Matt involved in some of my videos, and I think this will be a great opportunity. And it's going to be really fun in the first couple of videos watching us trying to get back into the groove of the game since we haven't played it since like May. So it should be comical and fun, and should be really interesting. So I hope to see you guys in the video. I hope that you'll watch it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Once again, I'd like to thank my good friend Matt. I'm going to see if maybe I can get him to start up a channel. I think it'd be good for him to start up a channel. And maybe we can work with each other. But until the next video, guys, this is Cowhead45 saying laters, guys.
Later.